Now, a lot of Chinese stocks today are trading very high. I mean, it's in the screen, you'll notice that Alibaba is trading over 10%. Nio, it's trading around 8%, which is something that is incredible. And now this is coming after the Chinese regulators, ladies and gents, came out and indicate that the audit, it looks like they are about to start. Now, this comes after the Chinese regulators called Alibaba, Baidu, and JD.com to say that they must prepare their financial papers. They must prepare their papers because the American regulators are going to come and audit their documents, which is something that is incredible. Now, we read that the audit will be done for the 2021 financial year, which is something that is incredible, as this is a step or a positive step towards the Chinese stock to not be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. This is something that I think it brings comfort, or it brings confidence back to those people that are investing into Chinese stock, to say that finally we can get or see the Chinese stock or some of the Chinese stocks, or if not all, not being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Now, these are the news, or these are the kind of news that I believe are the ones that are making most of the Chinese stocks today to surge in terms of the share price, which is something that is truly amazing. So we read that China is considering the US to audit companies that don't have sensitive data, which is something that is amazing. And this just has to tell us that the companies, or most companies that have sensitive data, won't be audited probably because of the sensitive data, but some of these companies, or the selected few companies, will be audited, I think, by the US regulators, which is something that is truly amazing. And at least if they can get, or if they are fine with whatever they audit, this will give green light to the Chinese stocks, and they will not be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange, which is something that is truly amazing. And it has to motivate you to probably, yes, hold on to those Chinese stocks before you sell them. I'm not saying buy, but I'm just saying probably hold, and let's see how the situation unfolds. Let's see how the auditors will audit these companies, and if whether it will be a successful audit. And if it does become a successful audit, then I definitely think that the shares or the Chinese stocks, or all Chinese stocks who are trading the New York Stock Exchange, are going to seriously recover in terms of the share price. Because you remember that when these delisting fears came, stocks, or most of the Chinese stocks were cut into half when it comes to the share price, which is something that I believe it made a lot of investors not to consider investing in the Chinese stocks. It made a lot of investors to be fearful when it comes to buying Chinese stocks, which is something that after the conclusion, or if these audits by the US become successful, we are going to see the confidence coming back again. But as a retail investor, I believe that before you sell your stocks, you need to remember that there was sort of like a research which was done by Goldman Sachs, which indicated that institutions, or American institutions, own about 200 billion of these ADR Chinese stocks, which is something that by just that you need to realize, or you need to probably calm down a bit, because we are not talking of little money, we are talking of big chunks of money, which is something that is incredible, because this just means that probably these big institutions, are part of the reason why they've not sold their shares is simply because they are really confident that the Chinese regulators and the US regulators will find a solid ground, and these Chinese stocks will not be delisted. And by the way, this research, which was done by Goldman Sachs, it was done around March this year, so this is a latest study. So there is a lot of institutions, or there is a lot of money that institutions have thrown into these Chinese stocks, which is something that I think it should also probably make you to be at least at ease as a retail investor, to say that maybe you are worried that your money will be lost. There is a lot of money that these institutions are putting into these Chinese stocks, and to make things like even interesting is for the fact that this is institutional ownerships. There are still a lot of retail investors that have seriously put their money, or that are investing into these Chinese stocks, which is something that I think we are going to see this thing one way or the other to get resolved, because I personally believe that there's a lot at stake. There's a lot that, both of these two countries would not want probably retail or investors to conclude when in relation to the two countries. But as I've said, this auditing, which is to take place to some of those companies that I highlighted for you in the beginning of this video, is something that is really something that boosts investors' confidence when they are investing into these Chinese stocks. I mean, me personally, also, you will know that one of the Chinese stock that is really close to my heart, which I seriously have invested in, is Nio, which I believe that at the end of the, or at the conclusion of all these audits, we are going to see it recovering quite well, because this is a stock which is just set to do very well. This is a company whose fundamentals are really, really strong, and I believe that this is a company that is seriously going to dominate their EV, or the EV market, which is something that is truly amazing. So these audits, I believe and I hope that they go well, as a lot of investors are really eyeing and want to see the outcomes of these audits. But we are all hoping for the best. We are all hoping that these audits that are being done by the US will come out successfully, and the Chinese stocks won't be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just do this quick video giving you the update as to what is happening with relating to the delisting issues that's amongst investors. But like I said, I'm remaining confident, and China has given us a surety to say that they are going to find a solid ground with the US, which is something that is truly amazing, and it used to be the one that must make you to hang tight and watch the conclusions on these audits. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you load the boat on the Chinese stocks, please do make sure that you go out there, you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing into these stocks. Otherwise, if you like the content that I was giving you today, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.